Everyone, I'm Malene Rose, your host, and I'm seated with the two men who are taking Broward County by storm. They go by the names of NAVEED and Nigel. How are you guys feeling today?
Pretty good. Good morning.
Good morning. It's early. The weather is pretty cold outside.
Yeah, nah, it's one of those cool spring days in South Florida.
It is.
I appreciate you doing this project with us, by the way, again.
Absolutely. I'm honored to, I'm so happy that you guys chose me, because I'm happy to have this conversation with you guys after doing research and, you know, just being in this location, you know, knowing the background of, I'm sorry, I'm getting too personal.
No, you good.
Okay.
Keep rocking. Be
So,
as comfortable as you need to.
Just knowing your background with Smoothie King,
Yeah.
you know, it's nice to see the growth, and now you have a partner, NAVEED.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to be here, so thank you.
Of course, of
We're
course.
excited to share our story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really wanted to work with you. So sorry, but if you guys don't know, Malene does a lot of stuff for different people in whether it's music or creative, whatever your creative aspect may be. I know she also has the brown liquor candle, so this is somebody I went to high school with. Really excited to work with her. I was honored when she said, yeah, I'll tackle this project with you, but I'm done. I'm gonna let her take it away. This is her show.
I was honored when you chose
Do your
me.
thing.
I'm
Do your
excited
thing.
for all of us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those who do not know, who are you guys? Who are these two random guys coming up, you know, taking all of these Smoothie King locations? Listen, save some for me. Save some for us.
Okay.
Who are you guys?
Okay.
Give us a little background story as to who you are.
I'll start. I am NAVEED, and by profession I'm a CPA. I have a full-time job as an accountant.
Wow.
And this Smoothie King was something that came across back in 2019. And prior to this, we had a Subway restaurant that my father was running. We're very family-oriented people. So, you know, in 2019 at Swap Shop, he closed down.
Wow.
And we wanted to do something for him.
Wow.
So we looked, and Smoothie King was something we came across. You know, we were already in the health industry with Subway. You know, it's fitness and healthy sandwiches, and now we wanted to do something that is similar but not food related.
Yeah.
So Smoothie King was the best thing
Wow.
that we came across.
I love it. You have a real entrepreneur spirit, I can tell, just by the story you just gave me. I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper into that. What about you, Nigel?
For those who don't know me, my name is Nigel. I go by SYLECTED on most of my social handles. Part-time musician, full-time Smoothie King maker, part-time clothing designer. Shout out to Alliance Heart. Check out my website, allianceheart.com. Smoothie King has been something I've been doing for 10 plus years now. Just to give you a small backstory, I've been doing this since about high school. My dad actually got me this job in high school.
Wow.
I used to work for previous franchisees. They opened a location in Plantation on NAVEED and Clary, and was just a high schooler looking for a job then. Wasn't too sure in high school what I wanted to do, either be a pediatrician or my next thing was something in business, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in business. Got to senior year of high school, I realized pediatrics is a lot of schooling. That's probably not for me. That's probably not best for me. But business was something I could do. I come from an entrepreneurial home, so I get his entrepreneurial mindset. That's why I'm very grateful to be able to partner and work with NAVEED. It's kind of like I have this entrepreneurial mindset and has helped me so far on a great notion, but now I have a partner, NAVEED, who has a great entrepreneurial mindset too. So like I called him yesterday, sometimes it's good just for me to bounce ideas back and forth with him, because I always think I give good direction or I'm going in a good direction, but NAVEED has good direction too. So us going together will get us where we want to go for sure. But I come from an entrepreneurial household. My dad's a plumber. He has his own plumbing business. He got me the job in high school. And ever since then, I actually, 2 years into the job, became like a shift lead, which we still have. And then the owners, the franchisees at the time, gave me the opportunity to learn and grow with the company and hopefully one day franchise in. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to franchise in with them, but fortunately I found NAVEED and it's been great. So I'm very grateful for that. But that's kind of like my backstory. I've been with Smoothie King a very long time. I've been with the company. I've seen tons of changes through it. I remember previous CEOs to new CEOs, all the different floor designs. I love the way the stores look now, but I remember how they used to. We used to have this bright orange and lime green and burgundy canopy. That's like way back in the day. So just to be able to sit here and see how far it's come and how much we've grown as a company, and myself, how much I've grown with the company, is an amazing thing. Pretty dope.
Absolutely. Yes, and one thing I really want to talk about too is your partnership. As you mentioned, both of you guys have an entrepreneurial spirit, but I would love to know, how did you guys partner up? Where did you guys meet? How did this partnership come about? You know, to say, hey, let's open up multiple locations.
I believe in destiny. You know, like I said, when my father closed down his store that he was operating, it was just like another Nigel to them, to the owners there, right? And closed down sometime in July 2019. And then when we found out that we wanted to do Smoothie King, right? I told them, why don't you just go out and find a job in Smoothie King so you can learn about the brand more, right? But the brand itself, you know, is just, you know, the brand itself, you know, we have a lot of young generation working here. You don't find a lot of people over the age of 50 or maybe 55 working at Smoothie King. It's very rare, right? It's rare. So when he went out for the interviews, then they looked at him, it's like, you're just not the fit, you know? And then he happened to bump into Nigel's store. Nigel was like, I'll train you.
Wow.
You know, and he kept him in one of his main stores at 441 in Broward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. He was there for about, I say, good 3 or 4 months. Yeah. He worked with one of our store managers, Dimitri.
Actually, at this location we have here in Lauderhill,
Wow.
You know, so
Dimitri's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I love
Dimitri's been amazing for us, Very glad he came over with us.
Wow.
Very glad.
And then after that, you know, when we signed the franchise agreement, everything, our first store opened up, we contacted Nigel. Hey, we need some of your help. We need your consulting help, you know. So Nigel signed up with us at the WESTON location for 6 months or 8 months, and then he came up with an opportunity. We have so-and-so people selling their stores, and would you be interested?
Wow.
And that's basically how...
And the rest is history.
We went from there.
Well, that's a tearjerker. That's a beautiful story, but according to Nigel, there's 2 versions.
It's very similar, but it's very different. Very similar, but slight differences.
Okay.
So for me on my end, like he said, his pops was on. When I hear the backstory, I find it hilarious. But I very much do also believe in destiny. I'm a Christian. I follow Christ, so everything happens for a reason. But pops tried to work, like he said, at Smoothie King for multiple franchisees, and for some reason they all told him no. And the funny part is, Pops wanted to work, and I call his dad Pops because I integrate myself into their family because it's family-oriented business. A few of my family members help here at the stores, and you know, his Pops helps me, and he helps me no matter what I need. So we try to keep it as you know, family-oriented as possible so we can grow. But long story short, Pops comes into the store, he's telling me he's been trying to work at Smoothie King, and at first he says, you know, I want to work here, I want to learn it. He tells me he used to work at Subway. I believe I met Pops at a Starbucks before I even hired him. And at first I was like, this sounds...
Wow.
And I think Pops even was willing to work for free. He was like, you don't have to pay me. I just want to learn. And he told me, I took the time to listen. Like, he wanted to learn. He used to do Subways and he just wanted to grow. And I sat on it for like a week. I was like, this just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, like it's random.
I was like, this has never happened to me before. At the time I had full autonomy over the stores. So the franchisees really trusted me to do complete operations and get the stuff done. I didn't want to make a mistake on hiring somebody and the labor department come down like, we caught you, something crazy is happening. I'm like, I swear, I don't know what's going on. So at first I was like, no, this sounds like a scam, I can't do this.
Oh my goodness.
But Pops came back and asked me again and I'm like, okay, we do this, but I don't pay you for free, and we figure out how this goes, right? Pops is a very nice guy. He's like, no, please don't pay me. So we figure out our own agreement. Pop works, and me and Dimitri actually trained Pops at that Broward location where you've seen before. And he grows to like Dimitri, and Pops, I try to do the best I can be and be as professional as I can be through all stores. So people can have a great place to work. People's kids can come somewhere and be like, I like working for the Smoothie King. And that's how you, in my opinion, continue to get more people to want to come and work for you. They'll tell their younger brothers or their cousins or whoever the situation may be that, I got a great opportunity. The manager or the boss there is a really great person to work for. So I always try to give that environment at all the stores that we have, right? Pops loved it. I'm assuming it's a similar environment that they had at Subway. And then all of a sudden one day I get an email from NAVEED. I never meet NAVEED. I get an email from NAVEED. He's like,
that was Pop's plan.
Yeah, Pops and NAVEED were they planted the seed already, right? They planted the seed already. They sent Pops and now NAVEED comes, right? So now I get this email from NAVEED. I've never met NAVEED before, and I'm not good at emails. I'll be honest. I've gotten a lot better, but NAVEED will tell you.
Talk about that.
NAVEED will tell you I'm not the best at emails, but I've come far away. Trust me, I'll get a lot better. But I get this email. I probably didn't even respond first day, knowing me, and it's just email from NAVEED, and I'm like, okay, makes sense. This is his Pops. He's telling me his dad works. Okay, maybe he's just checking out the area. Cool. Then NAVEED tells me his interest in the Smoothie King, the brand, and I'm like, okay, and I get that a lot. I used to get that a lot. People always just ask, well, how much is it to get in the brand? I don't know why people assume I know this, but I'm like, okay, well, if you wanted to, this is what you would have to do if you wanted to be in the brand. And it goes from there. A couple weeks and months pass by after Pops is like no longer worked at 441. He's happy. His heart is delight. He loves the brand. He's gone. Now I'm, back to doing my normal schedule. I don't know where he's gone, but he's gone. You know what I mean? So I'm back to doing my normal routine with Dimitri. And then, some time goes by. Obviously, sadly, COVID hits, so then everything kind of shakes up. But then again, I get more information and more interaction from NAVEED as time goes by. And then I finally meet him when Weston is getting ready to open. And he's like, we want your consulting help at Weston. I'm like, of course, man. If that's at this point, it's like, I'm just excited. I like when new Smoothie Kings open. If I'm being honest, I'm a little bit of a Smoothie King nerd. I've been with the brand for so long. I've seen other franchisees open their stores in Broward. I've been there for their grand openings, vice versa. So it's just, a good feeling to know who you have in the territory. So went to NAVEED's grand opening for Weston, and it was amazing times. Pops had a great time. Their entire family was there. They have such a huge family, so it reminds me of my family because I have such a big family too. So it's like I love the vibe. It's amazing, right? So to see everything go from this guy is asking to work for free, and I think he's crazy. NAVEED, just only an email, never meet him. Then I finally meet him. We build up all this interaction. I finally get to also meet him at his Boca, office. Amazing office, by the way. You have no idea. Now I tell myself, my warehouse is going to have a conference room. That is my next big thing.
That's the goal.
That's the next big goal, conference room. But, to see everything manifest, it was like an amazing thing, yeah? So NAVEED asks me one day, and probably a few weeks after Weston opened, he asked, why don't you have your own Smoothie Kings? I was very honest. I was like, NAVEED, if I could, I would. I just don't have the capital for that, yeah? He's like, we'll figure it out. NAVEED's a very optimistic guy. I'm a very optimistic guy. And I think, as long as you work towards something, eventually it will manifest and pay off in your return. You don't know when. I don't like to be the person like, well, it hasn't done it yet. You have to let God decide when the right time is, and you just do your part. And I always look at it like that. I'm going to do my part.
You just have to be honest.
Yeah. Be professional, keep doing it the right way, and it'll eventually unlock for you. And it did. I found out Juan, who sold us his 3 stores as of recent, also a very good friend of mine, friend of the ex-franchisees I used to work for in the past as well. I also watched him come in the brand and open his 3 locations and have success too. Wow. And he tells me, funny enough, before I partnered with NAVEED, an aunt of mine and I were trying to purchase a few Smoothie Kings in the territory, but it didn't work, and everything happens for a reason. And then NAVEED comes, like I said, everything happens, West location opens, he asked me, and I'm like, well, I know of these stores that are actually being sold. The stores I wanted were sold, unfortunately. I was like, but I know of these other stores if you want them, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna look into it. He looks into it. A month later, he goes, he's like, all right, let's move. I'm like, what do you mean, let's move? He's like, let's do this, let's move. I'm like, okay, so let's move. We're gonna figure this out. Then we start building interaction with Juan, and then we get to where we are here today. Still very grateful. He asked me, I wasn't gun blazing, and I never wanted to be gun blazing on this is how much I wanted to be paid. I just wanted to be able to be a franchisee because I've been doing it for so long. So he asked me, what is the thing I wanted the most? And I told him, NAVEED, we'll talk about pay when that comes, but the thing I care about the most is being able to be a franchisee. I want to be able to open that door to say, you know, it's finally open because I've been trying to open that door for so long. So for him to be like, you know what, let's do it. Let's get it done. We're going to run and do it. I was like, this has got to be God. There's no other reason why this worked, man.
So I have to ask too, in regards to on the topic of destiny.
Yeah.
Between, you know, Pops stepping into your doors and this partnership coming into fruition, how long was that? Like about, what was the duration? Wow, only a year.
12 months.
Wow. Wow, that's
We
beautiful.
opened WESTON in July of 2020.
4 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
That's how I always remember.
We opened our second location January of 2021.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
2022 this year.
this is 2022.
Yeah.
And we just took over the 3 stores.
Wow.
So
pretty strong.
The timing was perfect.
Pops and
right?
Nigel and I.
But we didn't plan for it to be this way.
Right.
We just had a pretty strong swing.
Right.
They were going to open their 2 stores without me regardless. I would have just been doing consulting help. But I was able to find out Juan's location is being for sale, and we looked at each other like, this is perfect timing.
Yeah.
We
perfect
need each
timing.
other in order for this to, you know, happen. Smoothie Kings has, you know, as you may mention, you know, better together, but that's one of our slogans. So Smoothie King Better Together really works because me and NAVEED figured out how to like, yo, how can you do this? How can I do this? We both be prosperous and successful together, and so far it's been amazing. Like I said, it's very great.
This was something that started for Pops, and now it's just grown.
Grown into so many,
right?
So many opportunities.
So the way I look at it is, if you have a true heart, you'll succeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful story. I love it. I love it.
Thank
so,
you. I still think back on it like it's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. Within a year, everything has been
It's
you know,
just
moving
changed
forward.
rapidly.
Yeah,
it has
absolutely.
been a
That's
rapid
how he works, bro.
And when it's right, that's how when it's right, when it's God's timing, when it's destiny, divine alignment, that's how it's going to be.
Just kicks
you know?
in.
Right. And I can tell the relationship that you guys have is a real fond one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Growing to learn to be more every day. Good and bad ways, yeah?
It's like behind the scenes that my Pops, you know, he works very closely with Nigel. I'm at the office all day, right? Pops already told him, don't call NAVEED if it's urgent. Right? If you need him, please call him. Otherwise, you know, keep him out of it. Handle whatever you can. You know, I'm a busy guy myself.
Yeah.
You know, my dad would come. This happened. This happened. This happened. I would meet with Nigel, and Nigel would tell me the whole story, and this is what I'm working at, and it just changes my perspective. You know? It's just sometimes it's important to just listen to both sides.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Absolutely.
It's growing. I mean, you know, we just started this relationship together, so it's gonna be some while where we're
the greatest part is we're all willing.
Yeah.
We're all willing. I think that's the part that's the best.
Committed.
Exactly. We're all willing and committed to being able to grow with the brand, but also grow for ourselves as well.
Absolutely.
So the goal is it's a common goal between the two of us. So that's why it's working.
I love it, and that's what makes a partnership work.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your locations. So how many locations do you guys own collectively and maybe even individually?
Well, 5, all
Collectively.
collective. Yes. I don't believe in doing something individual when I have other people involved.
Absolutely.
In it. So when we brought Nigel in, we brought him in for all of our locations, even the existing locations pre-buyout. Okay. Right. So that being said, we currently have 5 locations. We have 1 in WESTON, and we have 1 in TAMARAC, and Lauderhill, and 2 in CORALSPRINGS.
Yeah. So we're here at the Lauderhill location, which I absolutely love, by the way. Yeah. So the choice of location, were they intentional?
1 of them only was intentional. before we even signed the lease for the WESTON location, we came across the TAMARAC location.
Okay.
The TAMARAC location at that time, Smoothie King, it was not in the Smoothie King territory. Smoothie King did not want a store there. So we found that store, looked at the leases, everything was done. Smoothie King was like, no, we can't do this right now. It's not part of our territory. We'll revisit that later.
Okay.
We
us
open
a
up
hard
our
time every
we
now and
open
then.
up our July. We open up our WESTON location in July of 2020, right? And August of 2020, we're already talking with TAMARAC Police.
Wow.
Smoothie King said the territory has been opened, we got approved, you know, the paperwork went on, and it was the same exact location that we looked at prior 2 years, and that location's still open.
Wow. Wow.
Everything, like I said, kind of just kicked into place
Yeah.
how it needed to.
And the other 3 locations, they were just purchased. I'm sure
Correct.
Juan, the previous seller, had
Yeah.
some plans and ideas as to why he chose these key locations. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your mission. So, of course, you guys are taking Broward County by storm with these multiple locations, you know, your partnership, divine alignment. What exactly is your mission, would you say?
I mean, my mission personally is to make sure that we continue to serve the community. Right. As I said, Pops was already in the subway industry serving healthy food. Right. We wanted to find a similar concept. Right. So that's just my mission. I want to make
Absolutely.
sure that we serve our people properly, we serve our people nicely, and we serve them a great product.
I like
And this
that.
is something I stand behind.
Yeah.
You know,
To-
this product is something I stand behind. I have this product every day.
Yeah.
He
You know,
truly
I-
does.
So do I.
7 a.m.
I-
No, it's 7 a.m.
I
literally.
used to have my morning coffee. Now I have my morning Hulk coffee smoothie.
What's your favorite drink?
Hulk
The Hulk.
coffee.
Which
The coffee one.
Wow.
The coffee
Oh, I
one.
haven't
They-
had that one.
Yeah,
yet.
no, they've got him down pack at our Tamarac store.
Oh, okay.
They know as soon as NAVEED swings in, he's on the way to the office.
Yeah.
His whole coffee.
Wow.
My 2-year-old son has a smoothie every time we go to smoothie.
Yeah. What's
You
his
know.
favorite?
Little Angel with no multivitamins.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you got to get it right, or he's gonna have a fit. You got to get
He
it
will
right.
know
Yeah.
if you
You gotta
did not
get it
make
right.
Yeah.
But to piggyback on what Naveed said for as our mission goes, he's 100% correct. It's the community. These 3 locations that we've just entered, which being Lauderhill and our 2 CORALSPRINGS locations, that's the first things that we've done as soon as I, met the managers and we've got acclimated. I let them know, all of our managers, and I love all of our managers, Sashana, Dimitri, Maya, Alberto, but the first thing I let them know is I want to be super engaged in the community. I want this
Yeah.
to be like a community cafeteria. I want them to think about us when they're going to the workout, on the way home from soccer practice with the kids, on the way to the office like Naveed. I grab about 2 or 3 of these when I'm bouncing from store to store, but I just want it to be a known cafeteria. Also for when, things have happened like in the past with hurricanes or whatever the situation may be. I also want them to know Smoothie King can be somewhere they can rely on, maybe for water bottles that we can pass out if there's a disaster, or ice we can help fill out. We've done things like that in the past as well. So I am very community oriented. I've got this actual stores trying to get into churches and schools right now.
Wow.
I know schools are very key. So all the schools that see this, Piper High School, Weston High School, Coral Springs High Schools, you guys reach out to me or Alberto. But yeah, we try to get rooted in there. I want to make sure that, the nurses that we have right next to our Weston location is the Cleveland Clinic. So we're trying to get integrated with the nurses where we do something for the nurses, maybe like 10% or whatever the situation may be. But I know once you take care of the community, they take care of you,
Yeah.
It's not, I know some people look at that form of marketing and not the best light, but it's the greatest form of marketing. And I'm very
Absolutely.
relational, so even now I'm getting to know the team members by name and I can have great conversation with them, but I'm starting to realize some of the same guests. I'm getting my normal social media hit-ups of something went wrong at your store, which I love, you know what I mean? My guests keep me on my toes, so my team members, they can never fold, and I always tell them, I'm like, look guys, you guys can really not fold. People will call me, they will text me, or DM me on Facebook or Instagram telling me something went wrong at the store, so please save me while I'm not at work,
Yeah, that goes to show that they're also committed in the brand as well.
Yeah. But You know, we have loyal people that come, and I'm very grateful for the customers that we have that come on a Monday to Sunday or revolving door basis throughout the month. So I always try to make sure, you know, that they get the shake that they love, but also the people that come, like our firefighters, nurses, police department, I want to make sure they also know that we're here for them too. We also did something for all the locations actually recently. We've done something for the fire department and the police department. We've done photo ops where they've come and taken photos, and we've gotten them smoothies just so that they know that our Smoothie King is here. Me and NAVEED are now the new guys in the territory. So it's been pretty amazing, and now we see them like in and out all the time. They park their squad cars right here or the fire truck, and they're jumping in and out grabbing their smoothie. They know the managers very well, so I'm very excited about that. Super excited what me and NAVEED have done so far in the community, and we plan to grow. But the mission so far, we're doing it. We're executing it.
Absolutely. Wow, that's beautiful. I love the emphasis on community, you know, getting them involved, and even them feeling comfortable enough to tell you, hey, something is going wrong here.
Yeah, well, they're very engaged that way and intentional. I try to be intentional with the store so that we get the outcome,
Absolutely.
To be able to be in the position that me and NAVEED are in, to have Smoothie Kings and have this opportunity for all our team members and, you know, set up good cafeterias for the stores is amazing. So I just want to make sure people come and get the service that, you know, we promised we'd give them. We want the fast service. We installed the online coolers for you guys so you can be contactless, come in and grab your things if you need to. We've really opened up our OLO stream, which is online ordering, but we also open things like catering. You know, like local businesses near our stores, a lot of local businesses in the plaza. Sometimes they do catering orders, so now we have catering posters. We try to be intentional for the people that come to our stores.
Wow, I absolutely love it. I love it. So what would you say sets your stores, plural, apart from any other Smoothie King location that isn't owned by NAVEED and
I was going to say it because it's me and NAVEED. I was going to say it's
customer service.
Customer service?
Customer service. I think customer service has been our primary focus.
Okay.
Right. I always talk to Nigel and I let him know, you know, it's not how many people we have in stores working, it's how they interact and deal with their customers.
Yes.
You know, customers are our primary focus, of course, right? So customer service is something that we focus on, right? Any customer complaints comes in, we take that to heart.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
we're on it immediately.
We're on it immediately. We want to make sure that we take care of it. You know, we call them, we email them, we bring them back to our stores.
Absolutely.
Letting them know what went wrong and how we can fix it in the future.
Absolutely.
Right? We let our team members know. You know, we take care of our team members too. Right? So we want to make sure that they take care of our customers.
Yeah.
So customer service, I would say, is our primary focus in our stores, and that's how it sets us apart from the other Smoothie Kings.
Absolutely.
In the area.
And we just have a certain level of accountability when it comes to the customer service. Like you said, we do a very great job of taking care of our team members, and I'm not saying that to brag, but I like all of our team members. We have really great team members, and I try to make Smoothie King a great entry-level job for them that prepares them for whatever next step they take in life. So we always preach customer service. Me and NAVEED are very big on customer service. We come from big families, so we kind of understand how to serve people and deal with people. We're very relational, but we're not always we can't be at all 5 stores at once, So we try to portray that the customer service that we want and the respect that we give to you guys, we want the same to go to the customers. And if I'm being honest, I'm very grateful for my team. Very, very rarely do we have bad complaints. You know what I mean? They do take care of our customers very well, but that's probably our number one thing is the customer service. We want to make sure that we're intentional with that. They do a good job. And like I told you before, it's very relational. So I'm very much of a guy, like when I first met NAVEED, I was like, yeah, man, of course, if we have store count at this, like if this much people come to store, doesn't matter, we're good. Doesn't matter, we're good. But NAVEED sometimes wheels me in like, yes, this number is good, but customer loyalty also great as well.
Absolutely.
If we have, 115, yes, we may have made our threshold for the month of customers, daily customers, 115. We may have made that threshold monthly, which is great, but we can also meet that threshold if maybe we have 90, but 90 people spend a little more because they feel this is their place, this is their place to come to, So like I said, very grateful for NAVEED. We bounce those ideas back and forth. Helps us do a great job for the customers and the team members that we have working for us.
And the 3 stores that we have bought, Juan has also focused on customer service, right? I know a lot of customers that come to the store still ask for the owner, which shows us how engaged he was in what he was doing, right? Behind the scenes, you would see Juan's principles, right, hanged out in all of his 3 locations. That this is what I believe in, this is how I want it, and this is what I would like, right? So basically, when we purchased these stores, we looked at that and we're like, he is sharing the same mission,
Yeah.
the same principle, and
Yeah.
it
And it
was
speaks
just
to why he was so successful.
Yeah.
It speaks to why he was so successful.
Yeah. So there's a Smoothie King axiom that says better together. What exactly does that mean to you? And how do you emphasize diversity in your locations?
We try to work as a team, and to me, team is not just TEAM. It's together, everyone achieves more.
Wow, say that again.
Team is together, everyone achieves more.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
So, better together to me is team.
Yes.
If you have a good team, then we can achieve anything. Right? Like Nigel says, we can't be in all locations at all times. But we also want to make sure that each location that we have fulfills and carries the same purpose and the same mission.
Yeah.
And the only way that can happen is if we have a better team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that understands the mission.
Understands the mission, right? And Nigel with our monthly managers meeting puts that message across, right?
Yeah.
With managers, with their team meetings, they push that message down, right? Regardless of who it is, it's like my office CEO says, we're in it together. We may have different positions, but we are equal in value.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And that is the same thing that we believe here as well. It doesn't matter if you're a team leader, shift leader, manager, Nigel or myself,
We all have our
or
role to
Pops.
play.
We all have our roles to play, but that does not mean that someone is more valuable than us.
Absolutely.
We're all equal in value,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
right? And that's what we believe.
And that's what we try to push to all of our team members too. I always tell them that it doesn't matter, because it's just ideal sometimes, but to look left or look right when you're working in a work environment. But I always tell them, hey man, if you focus on your role and what you get done today, it's going to help the rest of us be successful.
Absolutely.
And all of my managers, they understand it. They've worked with me for some time. We do have some new managers, but we also have managers with experience. But they get it. I always tell them, like, hey man, it's a domino effect. So
Yeah.
if our night shift mess up, then our morning shift is going to have to pick that slack up. And I'm a very fair-going guy. I don't want it to ever be like, hey, my night crew or my morning crew had to pick the slack up for the other person, because like I said, I try to provide that good team-oriented environment, that close environment. So I always let them know that. But so far, Better Together has really worked for us because we have been better together. The ability to have the managers that we have in place, as well as the staffing that the managers have in place, has allowed us to be able to complete this. We in NAVEED love everything we have done so far, but we can't honestly do it if we didn't have those correct people in place.
Absolutely.
And we're diverse in so many ways. We have so many different ethnicities that work for us, which is an amazing thing, and it helps me out because whenever somebody Hispanic walks in,
Yeah.
un poquito español, everybody, un poquito español, but I can grab somebody, Alberto, hey, help me out, or whoever the situation may be, and they can still take care of that guest. So it's universal, the diversity, but the better together message that we have to our stores. But also we have different, like you said, his Pops is older, and he works just like me, like one of the young guys, and he'll do the same things that I do, sweeping, mopping. We never look at it like, hey, we can't do those things. We do all the things that the team members do, whether it be clean the bathroom or get up on a ladder or do whatever it is. I do all of them. Some of my customers probably have seen them come in the store and seen me doing stuff, or cleaning or something like that, but we all do it. So we have people who are diverse in age, but we also have people who are diverse in ethnicity, but we all do the same job. And like you said, we all play our role. We all do the same thing. There is nobody above another in order for this to work. It's kind of granted of who the bosses are and what their positions may be, but we don't flaunt that in front of anybody's face.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, hey, at the end of the day, we still have to work. So I look at it, if I lead by example and start sweeping, mopping, maybe somebody else will grab the dishes, and then the next person will catch on and start dusting. Or if I help a customer to a certain extent, they'll catch on and be like, hey, the boss is really, he cares about the people that walk in here. He didn't just get them out of his face. They'll also do the same.
Yeah.
So we all work together to make sure that the mission gets done. But we have great help between his Pops or our managers or the staffing that we have at the store.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned something, and I want you to elaborate. You mentioned contactless.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would love for you guys to elaborate on that for me, and different ways that you make the customer experience a little bit more seamless.
Yeah. I'll take lead on this one. Contactless is pretty much as what we said it is. We've set up in all of our stores. We want them to feel universal. online ordering is something that's grown, especially because of COVID. Can't tell you the scientific percent, but for all restaurants in the restaurant industry, online ordering is something that has grown because of COVID. Kind of hard at first when COVID hit Smoothie King. A lot of stores were on altered hours or were unable to open or function or operate properly because we didn't have certain protocols or guidelines in place. But now that we have all the utensils we need, like an online cooler or templates or whatever we may be, and we put signs in the store to let people know that this is a safe, clean environment for you to come get your smoothie, I think is also translated in a beneficial factor for the store. Like I said, when we first got into all the stores, we got these coolers that you probably can't see, but they're right behind me. They open on both sides, and that's how we kind of make it seamless and contactless for the guests. So the team members wearing their gloves, face masks, they make the smoothies behind the bar on our end. They open it. They have a sticky paper that actually sticks to the cup and tells the customer that's walking in, hey, this is your smoothie prepared for this time with their name on it. And they put it in the cooler, and the customer now can come on the other end without having to touch the same things that the team member touched. Open it, grab their smoothie, grab a straw because we have an entire online order station prepared for them, and continue about their day.
I love that.
We also have curbside pickup, which we utilize for some stores. If I'm being honest, for certain locations, because people drive crazy. I don't like to send our team members too far into the plaza depending on how the plaza is set up. But for some of our stores, there's parking literally right in front of the store, so they can select to do curbside as well. Like for this LAUDERHILL location, we have a few parking slots that are reserved for you guys. So when you come up, you can park, you can let them know that you're a curbside pickup, and either Dimitri or one of the team members here, you either get Dimitri, Brianna, Liv, those are one of my favorites. But they'll come and they'll bring your smoothie right to you at your car. So those are ways that, at our stores, I know all the stores in Broward County haven't elevated to that contactless point yet, but that's something that me and NAVEED focused on also when we got in. Making it as efficient and as pleasant as an experience for the people and the customers, our guests that are walking in, whether it be online order or they're sitting at the bar or grabbing a smoothie and waiting in store. We wanted to make them as comfortable as can be. So we think we've done a great job, whether you're coming in and staying in store getting a smoothie or you want it to be a contactless experience. I think we've done a great job at both platforms of making it a smooth transition for you.
Yeah. So we're towards the end of this beautiful conversation, but I have to ask, if you could see yourself at peak success, maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you could take a peek into the future and see yourself at peak success, what would that look like for you? What would your Smoothie King legacy be?
Well, Nigel and I are currently looking at...
One hell of a story, I hope. I hope we trailblaze one hell of a story.
Nigel and I are still looking at more territories, more locations, more communities we can serve.
Wow.
So in the next 5 to 10 years, we plan on expanding our network, our territories, and our locations. Number-wise, it's difficult to say, right? But that's our goal. That's what we want to do.
To take the entire South Florida.
Take the entire nation. We stop.
Save some for me.
I hear you.
We currently go territory by territory. We have a list of all of the available territories. We go and see what's out there in the area. If the area is something that is going to be part of our mission.
How beneficial it can be for us as well.
And if it's, not every territory or every location could be beneficial to our mission. It could be profitable, it could make money, but if it's something that does not fall within the mission that we're trying to do,
and serving the community,
then it's something that we want to back out.
Absolutely.
Right. So anything that we're looking going forward is something that fits within the realm of what we're trying to do.
Yes.
So in the next 5 to 10 years, probably more locations come in.
Absolutely. I would love to see it.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what you said, I know we both have ideas of expansion. Me and NAVEED are very ambitious guys, which I love. Like I said, very grateful to work with NAVEED because we both have that ambitious spirit to want to go get and excel for ourselves, but also our family and our loved ones. So of course we want to grow in stores. I was recently just in California, and I text NAVEED, we can go here, we can go there. So we want to go as far as we can, but like he said, it has to stick to the mission of us being able to properly serve that community is the biggest thing to me. One of the newest things or greatest things that have been happening to me recently, people always ask, like when I'm paying one of our bills or whatever the transition may be, I may be getting eating lunch, they ask what I do, and I say, oh, you know, I'm the new franchisees of these locations. And I actually met this one lady, and I get it every now and then. I met this one lady, she's from Tennessee, and she's like, my daughter used to work for a Smoothie King when she went to school, but we have none in my city in Tennessee. You should come. And I'm like, what? You have none in your city? I'm thinking, I mean, if there's none in your city, there's a great way we can be here. But I say all that to say, I mean, for the people who watch this video, I'm very grateful for, like you said, coming out and doing this video with us. For the people who watch this video, if you're in a community that doesn't have a Smoothie King, and if you're in a territory that doesn't have the Smoothie King, and you love the message that me and NAVEED have portrayed to Malene here so far, you know, get in our comments, like, share, you know, visit me at SYLECTED.com or one of our Smoothie King pages on Facebook, and let us know about your community, let us know about your neighborhood. It may be a great place for us to plant our seed and grow and see what we can build for the community, for ourselves, as well as for you guys. So if you're interested, comment, share, let us know where you are. We'll see how possible it is for Smoothie King to allow us to be in your territory. But we are willing to expand. We do want to grow into more stores. Yeah.
And sometimes expansion does not mean that we want to quantify in numbers, right? Expansion could also mean we want to do catering, right?
Yeah.
We want to serve our existing community even more.
Yeah.
So we can expand it that way. Like he was saying, we can go in schools, we can go in gyms, we can do catering, we can look into the offices, right? So that is one of the other ways that we can also expand within our network. It doesn't have to be like we want to open 10 more new locations. It could be we want to explore 10 more new areas avenues where we haven't even reached.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So
sometimes you do more with less, so I 100% understand it as well. We want to be able to exhaust all the options in our stores before we just blindly move forward. We love to move forward, and that's a great thing for us to be able to expand. That's the goal, to have as much locations as we want. Everybody know Smoothie King for Nigel and NAVEED now.
Yeah.
You push Juan Kim out the picture. I'm just joking, Juan. But we'd love for you to, especially in South Florida, when you think of Smoothie King, I'd love for you to think of Nigel and NAVEED, because we put that much work, and I've done so much work in the territory, and we've grown so fast in such a small time, and I'm sure we will. But like you said, expansion doesn't have to be we have all the stores in the territory. It could be our 3% of the stores within the territory are such great stores that they help grow every other store in the territory, but also ourselves. So we want to also exhaust all pathways through schools, through online orders, through caterings for jobs. So we've got a lot of ideas of expansion, whether it be store-wise or in-house-wise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this was such a beautiful conversation. I truly enjoyed learning your story, your mission, and I'm looking forward to all of the amazing things that you guys have planned.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys should be proud of yourselves. You guys are doing amazing together.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without him. I try not to knock my hat on pride, but can't do it without him. So very grateful for what we have going on. And I'm grateful for you allowing yourself to be able to be here early. Sorry, we dragged her out bright and early this Sunday morning. So very grateful for you doing this setting with us too.
Absolutely, it's a complete honor. And before we go, where can the people follow you? Where can they, stay tuned to your journey and continue to, be a part of the Smoothie King legacy?
I'm not a big social media guy. That's all Nigel, so I will have him share his handles and Facebook.
Best place to follow our Smoothie King journey is any of our Facebook pages. We have 5 locations, like NAVEED mentioned, 2 in Coral Springs. So for Facebook pages for Coral Springs, will be just Smoothie King Coral Springs or Smoothie King Lauderhill. We have Smoothie King TAMARAC and Smoothie King Weston as well. But as of right now, those are the greatest places to follow us. We also have Instagram handles as well for those stores that are similar. So to be Smoothie King Lauderhill on Instagram, Smoothie King Coral Springs, Smoothie King Weston, and Smoothie King TAMARAC on Instagram as well. But those are the best places to find us to grow our journey. Outside of this video, I'm pretty sure we're going to be posting this video to Instagram as well. But you can probably catch this on YouTube. We're going to boost it so that we get this to the community so people know that we're here. But outside of liking, sharing this video, those Instagram and Facebook pages, best place to find us when it's Smoothie King,
Perfect. Well, it was a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for having me. Like, again, I am excited to see what you guys do. And thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.